Come on then. Okay everyone, I'm going to walk up past the house and we're just going to have a little walk up to the back end or the right hand side of my orchards, and I'm out of breath today. Humidity is really high. Of course it's very hot. It's around 31, 32 degrees I guess this morning, but when the humidity is so high it really takes it out of you. So this is where yesterday I started to trim one of the oak trees, and you can see it is quite overgrown as we walk up here. There's my ladder from yesterday. Some of the wood that I cut from the branch yesterday, and there's still lots of branches that are down. But basically what I'm trying to do, there was a center branch going up, two in fact, one from the center here and one large one from the center here, that were going up to the top of the canopy. So they're, I don't know, maybe 10 meters, I suppose, something like that high, and they were dead, and there were quite a few branches that were dying or dead on the on this upright, also on this one, and this one seems to be quite good, quite healthy all the way up. But if you can imagine, I'll try and show you. If I just go up here, and because this was all dead in the center, I'm aiming to create a platform from here across to the top there, across to this one, then back to this one, and then across here again. So a platform there to then create a small tree house here for my grandson, who will be coming over from England next month in August for a holiday with me and with one of my daughters. And last year we made a nice bivouac style tent here from branches and trees, but of course it's fallen to pieces now after more than a year. And it was wonderful because we'd make a little campfire just here, and we had this wonderful bivouac, traditional style, using all the branches from the pine trees, the low branches which we cut every now and again of course, and it's just an amazing place here, full of nature of course. And in and amongst this, these are all oak, these are oak trees along here. This one's an oak too. And in amongst this centre section of trees here, if I walk through, lots of branches I trimmed off yesterday, as you can probably see, quite a few fallen, which I've cut down. I'll need to cut up and take away firewood. But all of these trees along this section, all of them going back this way, so I don't know how many there are, 24 maybe along this section, something like that. These are all chestnut trees producing chestnuts. So of course this floor is littered with spiky chestnut kernels and in the latter part of the year. I don't know how many we'll get this year because of the extreme heat wave, but it's pretty here. We get a lot of mushrooms, of course, as well growing along here. Oyster mushrooms, some chanterelles, a few other types if we're really lucky. And then each side of the perimeter there are big sappan pine trees, and then over to that side we've got another big field, and over that side there are all the fruit trees. But as I said, this year it's going to be really poor, with no rain or little rain for months now. I just need to get down. This is really quite overgrown. Oh. I don't have a shortage of stinging nettles for Chinese medicine, that's for sure. This is a chestnut tree as well. So there's a row of chestnut trees along this perimeter as well. This is a pear tree, but the pears are really small this year. Some of them are okay. I don't know. There's quite a lot of fruit on the tree, but whether they will come to fruition and ripen up, I don't know. But there's a lot of fruit on the tree, and there are rows here of apples, pears, peaches, nectarines. But when I look at these apples, they're not looking great. The trees are suffering due to the lack of rain, of course. There are some chestnuts forming. I don't know whether you can see that. The chestnuts are forming. But it's a sorry state this year, so you know, without the fruit or very little fruit, it's going to be tough. I think this is a nectarine. I can't see any fruit at all. No, I think it's going to be a really bad year. This is a peach, I think. Here's a peach. I know that's might be apple. This is a peach, but look at the size of the peaches. They're not looking great. There's very few on the tree. There are a few there. A few. I don't know whether you can see in this sunlight. And the fig trees. This is a big fig tree here, but I don't think there are any fruit at all on the fig. There are a few damsons. It's quite soft. It's just falling off the tree. I'll try that one. I'll tell you what it's like. Good taste, but quite dry inside. A sign of very little rain. There are quite a few there. You can see. But they're high up in the canopy. But the fig tree, I can't see any fruit at all. No, I can't see any fruit. No. Anyway, I best get on. And there's very, very little in the way of fruit on any of the trees. There is a couple of apples up there. But so few, far between. You can see, look, this apple is just rotting away. Oh well, c'est la vie. Peace and love, everyone. Hi everyone, it's Mark again at The Peaceful Path. I'm just on, I don't know how many of my videos today. I'm just walking back down out of my orchard. And you can see here's a place where some of the deer come through at night. And then they rough up digging for roots, and they tend to sleep under this canopy, one of the canopies here, and also across into the orchard and into the field next to the orchard, where they tend to spend their night. And there's always areas where you can see digging taking place for them, searching for insects and grubs and roots and things. So as we come down here, this is taking me into the private garden area of the retreat centre. There's the retreat centre in front. I don't know whether you can see YoYo there. She's there somewhere. Yo! She's in the shade. She's found the shady spot. So this is the back of the retreat centre. There's no one here at the moment, and I'll just show you quickly. So this is the private garden area, and sometimes people place tents and things here. They play badminton and so on, have badminton equipment, nets and whatever. And this is the gate into the secure area, so people with, if they've got a dog, the dogs are secure, or if not, if they're children, of course children are secure here. And I'll just take us in quickly. It's a bit of a mess today, but this is the kitchen area over here. This is going into the kitchen. And of course this is the main terrace, barbecue area. Lots of herbs here, of course. I make sure that there's rosemary and thyme. There's YoYo as well. Fennel, sage. Lots of herbs that people can use when they're doing their barbecuing. Gorgeous day, as you can see. The panels on the wall there are the solar panels for the water heating system. So that is an amazing thing. So with the 200 or 250 litre water ballon that supplies water to the bathrooms and the showers, I have two of those, and they're controlled by this solar panel system, which of course reduces the cost by about 75% of electricity by using the solar energy to warm the liquid that then cools the heats the water, I should say, rather than cools. Some satellite dishes there. I have French and English TV systems with fibre as well, of course. High-speed fibre. Lots of tables and chairs. They're all a bit of a mess, a bit haphazard. This is how the last guests have left it, but you know, I'll need to tidy this up and get it nice and ship-shape and looking good again before the next guests arrive. YoYo, come on then. Come on. she's happy there in the shade. Come on. Okay, let's go. Good girl. Come on then. Okay, so we'll go back up here. I'll shut this because it saves the deer coming down at night into the, hang on a second, into the terrace area. Things are not easy when you're holding a phone, are they? Okay. So, as we walk back up this way, and YoYo's already leading the way. Go on then. Go on then. Under one of the huge pine trees, and there's the side. This is a beautiful walk through here. I do love this part. This is a huge magnolia tree that is gorgeous, absolutely beautiful in springtime. So beautiful. And these are, I forget the name of them now, gorgeous flowers. Her name escapes me. Huge pine, as I say. That is big. A yew tree, a huge old, very ancient yew tree here. Very poisonous, of course. There's movement up there. It's either birds or squirrels. We do have red squirrels here. And if we'll carry on here, YoYo stop for a in the shade again. Huh? Good girl. Should we go see the Buddha? So if we come this way, this is a big cherry tree. That's the front of the retreat centre. Across the way there, some apple trees in front. Here, there's the retreat centre house. A cherry tree, apple trees. There are quite a few apples on this tree, but they're looking quite small. I notice there are a lot fallen though, and you can see how they're not doing great. This is all lack of water. The cherry. This is another apple tree. There is some fruit on here, but very few again. Okay, as we walk round, that's my house there. This is my house was built in the 1500s. And here's Buddha. Namaste, namaste. I'll just show you one of the bullet holes. And YoYo by the Buddha. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Peace and love.